Greetings from 1960s and 1970s Hollywood. Everyone wanted to date them in the 1970s because they were the ultimate dream girls. However, you wouldn't believe who they've changed into in the modern day, going from iconic beauties to almost unrecognizable changes. We'll walk you through their fantastic journey, recent activities, and transformations. Watch closely as we reveal the startling reality of their lives today. Rael Welch. Jo Raquel Tejada was born in Chicago, Illinois on September 5, 1940, and relocated to San Diego, California at an early age. She first became well-known thanks to local beauty pageants. Raquel became a Hollywood beauty symbol in the 1960s and 1970s after landing her breakthrough role in the 1966 movie 1 Million Years BC, where she wore a fur bikini. Her career took off with parts in Fantastic Voyage and other vital films like The Three Musketeers in 1973, for which she won a Golden Globe. She gained acclaim for her versatility in humorous and action roles over her 50-year career, which included appearances in over 30 films and TV series. Raquel died on February 15, 2023, at the age of 82. Her family subsequently disclosed that a heart attack was the reason for her death. Her life was filled with accomplishments, and she's remembered as one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars. Morgan Fairchild. One of the most notable actresses of the 1970s and 1980s, Patsy Ann McClenny was born in Dallas, Texas on February 3, 1950. She rose to fame playing the part of Weldon Carlyle, the constant in the 1980 to 1982 television series Flamingo Road. Morgan's career had many ups and downs, but at the time she was renowned for her acting prowess and stunning, glitzy beauty. She made appearances in programs like Search for Tomorrow beginning in the 1970s. Morgan's appearances in numerous popular programs throughout the 1980s represented a turning point in her career, which she's carried on with for several decades. She starred in hundreds of movies and TV series throughout her more than 50-year career. It's often assumed that Morgan has had some cosmetic operations, including facelifts, Botox, and fillers to preserve her young look. She disclosed in 2022 that she had 2 hip replacement operations after years of agony from a vehicle accident in 2016, even though she did not officially acknowledge this. She's also had weight gain and other concerns due to mold growth in her house. Despite everything, Morgan Fairchild is still regarded as a symbol of beauty and glitz from the late 1970s and early 1980s. Linda Harrison. Linda Harrison was born on July 26, 1945, in Berlin, Maryland. She's best known for her role as Nova in the classic science fiction films Planet of the Apes, 1968, and its sequel Beneath the Planet of the Apes, 1970. With her striking beauty and slim figure, Linda Harrison quickly captured public attention and became a beauty icon for the film industry. Her career began with beauty pageants, which led to a contract with 20th Century Fox and appearances in supporting roles on various television shows. However, her portrayal of Nova marked a turning point, propelling her to stardom and leaving a lasting impression on her career. She also appeared in films like Cocoon and Airport, 1975. Harrison also enjoyed a career spanning from the 1960s to present, although she's appeared less frequently in recent years. She was previously married to producer Richard Darrell Zanuck and has 2 children. Today, Linda Harrison lives quietly and is retired from the entertainment industry, participating in only a few small projects. Susan Melody George. On July 26, 1950, Susan Melody George was born in Surbiton, Surrey, England. Alongside Dustin Hoffman, she played Amy Sumner in the 1971 psychological thriller Straw Dogs, which brought her fame. Susan's audacious and contentious performance then propelled her to international stardom. She was regarded as a stunning beauty with a timeless charm and a sophisticated look. She had little parts in television series in the late 1960s, which marked the beginning of her career. She gained notoriety in the 1970s with some movies such as Mandingo and Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. Despite becoming notable in this decade, she played secondary parts in films and television shows in the following decades, which led to a slow decline in her career. Actor Simon Charles Pendard McCorkindale and Susan were married in 1984 and were together until his passing in 2010. She now leads a more secluded life and has resorted to horse breeding. She profoundly affected viewers over her 40-year acting career, including over 50 films and TV series. Goldie Han. On November 21, 1945, Goldie Jean Han was born in Washington, D.C. She started as an actor and dancer before being well known for her work on the comedy series Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, which ran from 1968 until 1973. Han's reputation in Hollywood was cemented in 1969 when she won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for a performance in Cactus Flower. She was regarded as a beauty symbol because of her young appearance, lively energy, and endearing smile. Following the popularity of comedies like Private Benjamin and The First Wives Club, Han's career has seen highs and lows over many decades. She experimented with a range of genres, including comedy and drama, and despite sporadic hiatuses, Spawn continuously made robust returns and maintained her popularity with viewers. She established herself as a director and producer as well. Goldie Han and Kurt Russell, her longtime boyfriend, are delighted today. She's still involved in charity, primarily via the Han Foundation, which supports education for children. During the early 1970s, we were utterly enthralled by Goldie Hawn's new, naive beauty. Joanna Lumley. Born in Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir, then British Indian colony, on May 1, 1946, Joanna Lamond Lumley is best known for her iconic role as Patsy Stone in the comedy series Absolutely Fabulous. Her performance earned her 2 BAFTA awards, and her seductive beauty and regal demeanor made Lumley a television star in the 1990s. Her career started in 1969 when she partakes in the James Bond movie On Her Majesty's Secret Service. She became much more famous in 1976 to 1977 when she played Purdy in The New Avengers. She worked for almost 50 years. Lumley's made nearly 70 appearances in movies and television series. Lumley is not just an actress but also a well-known human rights advocate. She's still in good health at the age of 78 and takes part in campaigns for animal rights and the environment. In 2022, the British monarch awarded her the title of Dame in recognition of her noteworthy contributions to society and the arts. Maud Adams. Maud Solveig Christina Wickstrom was born in Luleå, Sweden on February 12, 1945. She gained fame as the title character in Octopussy in 1983 and as Andrea Anders in the 1974 James Bond movie The Man with the Golden Gun. Her regal beauty and captivating presence at the time captivated viewers, making her one of the most adored Bond girls. Adams started as a model but quickly switched to acting in the 1970s and 1980s. Her parts in the James Bond series launched her to stardom, and she appeared in many movies and TV programs. She had a slowdown in her career after her achievement. In the 1990s, she mostly starred in lesser-known motion pictures. Maud Adams is no longer performing. She lives with her husband, retired Judge Charles Rubin, and has no children. She appeared in over 30 films and television series throughout her 3-decade career. Diane Cannon. She started her acting career on television in the late 1950s and made her film debut in The Rise and Fall of Legs Diamond in 1960. However, her iconic performance as Alice Henderson in Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice in 1969 launched her to international fame, earning her nominations for both an Oscar and a Golden Globe. She was born Camille Diane Friesen on January 4, 1937, in Tacoma, Washington. Diane Cannon was well known for her alluring beauty and daring fashion sense during the height of her career. She had several appearances in famous movies and television series throughout the 1970s, including Heaven Can Wait, for which she received a Golden Globe. She starred in over 50 films and TV series during her 60-year career. She has experience as a director and screenwriter in addition to her acting career. Despite being in her 80s, Diane remains active and mainly uses social media to interact with her supporters. Nastasia Kinsky. Born Nastasia Aglaya Nakzinsk on January 24, 1961, in Berlin, Germany, Nastasia Kinsky started her acting career early on. Her performance in 1977 in German television was a turning point in her career. However, she did soar to international fame and win a Golden Globe for a performance as Tess in Roman Polanski's 1979 film. Nastasia became a worldwide beauty symbol in the 1980s, known for her alluring and mysterious appearance. Her reputation as a fearless and seductive actress was further solidified by movies like Cat People in 1982. Her career progressed with critically praised films that showcased her varied acting abilities, including Paris, Texas in 1984. Nastasia still works on movies now, although not as much as she did in her prime. She starred in over 60 films and TV series over her 40-year career. Despite all of her difficulties, her personal life and health remain steady. Mary Tyler Moore. On December 29, 1936, Mary Tyler Moore was born in Brooklyn, New York. In the 1970s, she became a household figure because of her portrayal of Mary Richards on the television show The Mary Tyler Moore Show. In addition to her acting prowess at the time, Moore enthralled viewers with her sophistication. Mary Tyler Moore's career started in the late 1950s with appearances on various television shows, showcasing her beauty, charm, and polished manner. However, her breakthrough occurred when she starred in The Mary Tyler Moore Show in the 1970s. She became an on-screen symbol of contemporary independent women thanks to the program, which also changed how society saw women's duties at the time. Moore was upfront about her type 1 diabetes for many years after receiving a diagnosis at a young age. She fought Parkinson's disease in her final years and had diabetes throughout her life. She died of pneumonia-related complications on January 25, 2017. Moore received several important awards, such as the Emmys and Golden Globes, and contributed substantially to over 50 films and television series. Sigourney Weaver. Born Susan Alexandra Weaver in Manhattan, New York, on October 8, 1949, Sigourney Weaver is the daughter of actress Elizabeth Inglis and television producer Pat Weaver. She had a modest part in Annie Hall in 1977, but her famous portrayal of Ellen Ripley in Alien in 1979 catapulted her into the spotlight. Weaver's status as a representation of the female hero in science fiction was solidified by Ripley's robust and tough persona. Weaver's had numerous highs and lows over her 50-year career, but she's always maintained her position as a star. Her performances in Avatar and Ghostbusters kept fans impressed. Weaver has won 2 Golden Globes for her performances in Gorillas in the Mist, demonstrating her ability to succeed in tragic parts in addition to action ones. Weaver is still working in the film business at the age of 74. She has over 60 films and TV series, is engaged in several high-profile projects, and is healthy. Weaver's received several honors such as the Golden Globes and BAFTA, and she's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards. Jaclyn Smith. On October 26, 1945, Jaclyn Smith was born in Houston, Texas. Her most well-known performance as an actor was in the 1976 to 1981 season of Charlie's Angels when she played Kelly Garrett. She immediately became a Hollywood star of the 1970s because of her elegant beauty and thick hair. She became the only angel to appear in all 5 seasons, and this role launched her to international fame. Smith started her career as a model in the 1970s before switching to acting, where she achieved her most outstanding fame with Charlie's Angels. She flourished in television and movies after the program ended, garnering a Golden Globe nomination for her portrayal of Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy in 1981 and other TV parts. She's established her own fashion and beauty product lines and made a name for herself in the business world. Jaclyn Kennedy is still healthy and lives happily with Dr. Brad Allen, her fourth spouse. She's also acknowledged as a prosperous businesswoman who's worked on over 60 projects throughout her 40-year career. Linda Ronstadt. On July 15, 1946, Linda Maria Ronstadt was born in Tucson, Arizona. Her remarkable voice and range in rock, country, and opera genres have earned her widespread recognition. Ronstadt rose to fame in the 1970s thanks to several successful songs, and her long black hair and attractive appearance made her a music and beauty legend. The Stone Ponies launched Ronstadt's career in the late 1960s, and she succeeded as a solo performer in the 1970s and 1980s. She released over 30 albums, sold over 10 million records worldwide, and won many Grammys and other significant awards, making her one of America's best vocalists. But Linda Ronstadt lost her capacity to sing and act after she was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2013, a severe neurological condition. Fans still like her songs even after her health deteriorated and she stopped performing. Lauren Hutton. One of the world's most famous supermodels and a gifted actress, she was born Mary Lawrence Hutton in Charleston, South Carolina on November 17, 1943. Lauren became well known as a Hollywood sex icon for her characteristic gap grin because of her performance in American Gigolo 1980. She stood out from other models of her day due to her unorthodox and natural beauty. Hutton's modeling career started in the 1960s, and she soon appeared on more than 20 Vogue covers. Throughout her 50-year career, she's modeled and starred in several movies and TV series. She's won several accolades, including notable brand endorsements like Revlon. Lauren Hutton, who is 80 years old, is a living example of elegant aging. She collaborates with well-known companies like Tom Ford and J. Crew on fashion projects. Mia Farrow. Her parents are actress Maureen O'Sullivan and filmmaker John Farrow. She was born Maria Delord Villiers on February 9, 1945 in LA, California. She became internationally famous after participating in the 1968 horror movie Rosemary's Baby. Farrow was a 1960s fashion and movie star because of her delicate beauty, big expressive eyes, and unusual pixie cut. After her breakthrough performances in Rosemary's Baby and Peyton Place, Farrow's career has had numerous highs and lows. She then participated in various art films, notably 13 of Woody Allen's productions. She's well known for her humanitarian efforts outside her acting profession, especially as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. Mia Farrow is withdrawn from the spotlight today to concentrate on her family and charitable endeavors. With more than 50 films and TV series to her name and several significant awards, including the Golden Globe, she's had a career spanning more than 60 years. Ally McGraw. She's a well-known American actress born Elizabeth Alice McGraw in Poundridge, New York on April 1, 1939. Her most notable performance was that of Jennifer Cavallari in Love Story in 1970, for which she was nominated for an Academy Award and won a Golden Globe. In the 1970s, her innate and alluring beauty became legendary. After starting as a model, McGraw quickly moved into the film industry. From the late 1960s until the 2000s, she starred in more than 15 films and television series. She's well known for supporting animal rights, her love of yoga, and her acting career. Ally McGraw now leads a healthy lifestyle and is involved with charity organizations while living peacefully in New Mexico. Among her many honors are a Golden Globe and a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. Isabella Adjani. On June 27, 1955, Isabelle Yasmin Adjani was born in Paris, France. With German ancestry from her mother and Algerian heritage from her father, she's among the most celebrated actresses in French cinema. Adjani's acting career began early. At age 14, she landed her first job. But her role in the 1975 film, in which she was only 19 years old, made her famous. She was one of the youngest actresses ever to get an Oscar nod for Best Actress, and her portrayal gave her her first nomination. Adjani was well known in the 1970s and 1980s for her charm and enigmatic beauty. She excelled in challenging and meaningful parts because of her remarkable appearance and extraordinary acting talent. She has an undefeated record of 5 César Awards for Best Actress. With more than 50 films and many theatrical productions, her career has spanned more than 50 years. Despite taking a hiatus from performing in the 2000s, she returned in 2009 with the movie La Journée de la Jupe. Despite her advanced age, she's still in good health and a well-known personality in the arts representing French cinema. Sandra Lock. Sandra Louise Anderson, a well-known American actress, was born in Madison, Alabama on May 28, 1944. Her most famous performance was in the 1968 movie The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, when viewers were deeply impacted by her alluring beauty and lively but sympathetic demeanor. There were numerous highs and lows throughout Sandra Lock's career. She started performing in the late 1960s and became well-known very fast. Her collaboration with Clint Eastwood on movies like Bronco Billy and The Outlaw Josie Wales solidified her place in Hollywood. However, she encountered many obstacles in her career, particularly following her breakup with Eastwood. Despite these obstacles, Lock has starred in over 30 movies and TV series. Lock may have had certain operations to preserve her beauty in her final years, even though she was not renowned for having cosmetic surgery. She fought bravely against severe health conditions, including breast cancer, and died on November 3, 2018. Throughout her three-decade career, Sandra Lock won several awards and established her skill in the motion picture business. Sally Kellerman. Sally Kellerman was born in Long Beach, California on June 2, 1937. She was a well-known actress nominated for an Academy Award for portraying Major Margaret "Hot Lips" Houlihan in the 1970 movie MASH. Her distinctive blonde hair and sophisticated style were hallmarks of Kellerman's beauty, approach which empathized the character's power and sexuality. Despite having few television appearances in the 1950s, Sally Kellerman's career took a significant turn in the 70s when she became a movie star. She maintained her profession in cinema and television throughout the years, appearing in over 150 films and TV series for over 60 years. Over her career, Kellerman has won several important awards. Sally Kellerman had a stroke in her later years, which had a very negative effect on her health. She's had several therapies to conquer her long-term battle with alcoholism. At age 84, Sally Kellerman died on February 24, 2022. Debbie Harry. Debbie Harry, the lead vocalist of Blondie, a well-known punk rock group from the 1970s to 1980s, was born in 1945. She became famous in music and fashion immediately because of her distinctive style and platinum blonde hair. One of Blondie's best-selling albums, Parallel Lines, was out in 1978. The band's famous song, Heart of Glass, shot Debbie Harry to international fame. In addition to becoming a music legend, Debbie also dabbled in movie and the arts, displaying her adaptability and rebellious style. Songs that combine disco, new wave, and punk such as Call Me and Rapture have somehow become classics. In 2006, Blondie was honored for their contributions to global music by being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Debbie Harry has also received recognition for her innovative efforts and inventiveness in blending many musical genres and styles. Debbie Harry remains one of the most significant figures in fashion and music, even with her age and changing looks. She still performs and works on creative endeavors, representing uniqueness and unwavering inventiveness. Susan Sarandon. Throughout her 50-year career, Susan Sarandon, one of Hollywood's most renowned and gifted actors, has given many exceptional performances. She's well known for her flexibility in movies like Thelma and Louise, Dead Man Walking, for which she won the Best Actress, and Bull Durham Oscars. Since 1988, Sarandon has made a name for herself as a movie star and an artist devoted to her work, thanks to her mesmerizing beauty and profound acting skills. But in addition to her acting career, Susan Sarandon is well known for her constructive contributions to political and social activity. She fervently supports women's rights, environmental protection, anti-war initiatives, and human rights. Although Sarandon's commitment to social causes has often received criticism, it also demonstrates that she's an artist with values who isn't afraid to speak up for what she believes in. Sarandon's personal life, especially her 21-year partnership with actor Tim Robbins, has garnered much attention. Despite their 2009 split, the couple remained friendly and continued co-parenting their kids at 70. In both her professional and personal life, Sarandon continues to be a powerful example of beauty and individuality, pursuing her creative and social endeavors with unwavering spirit. Sally Struthers. With her round face, charming smile, and big, expressive eyes, Sally Struthers rose to fame in the 1970s as Gloria Stivic in the venerable television series All in the Family. Sally instantly won over audiences. She won 2 Emmy Awards for this portrayal, which represented fun and young appeal on television. Sally Struthers' personal life wasn't without difficulties either. The media often criticized her for her weight and health issues, which were prevalent in the tabloids. As an ambassador for the Save the Children organization in the late 1980s and early 1990s, she was also embroiled in controversy related to her charitable endeavors. Even though Sally is in her 70s and no longer has the trim shape of her youth, she still has a larger body and exudes charm and an upbeat attitude. Sally Struthers has no intention of leaving the limelight, as seen by her continued involvement in philanthropic work and performing, including theater and television appearances. Barbra Streisand. One of the most recognizable people from the 1970s is Barbra Streisand. Her unique voice and inherent attractiveness propelled her to fame via movies like A Star is Born and Funny Girl. She was born April 24, 1942, and her distinctive features, her distinctive nose, keen eyes, and proud manner made her stand out from the crowd and won viewers all over the globe. Streisand had difficulties in her life despite her accomplishments. She was criticized for not meeting Hollywood's conventional ideals of beauty, which only reinforced her status as a confident icon. "I've never let others decide who I should be," said Streisand famously. Even though Barbra Streisand is 80 years old and her face is fading, she still radiates elegance and grace. Her looks and multi-decade career have resulted in her continued admiration from fans. To continue significantly impacting the entertainment business, she's now concentrating on writing her memoirs and working on musical endeavors. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton, one of the most well-known cultural icons, is regarded as the queen of country music due to her unique look, remarkable musical ability, and lovely voice. With singles like Jolene, I Will Always Love You, and 9 to 5, Dolly's multi-decade career ended in the 1970s. She's become a distinctive and recognizable personality in the entertainment industry because of her characteristic style, solid makeup, a voluptuous shape, and abundant blonde hair. The tale of Dolly's life is one of inspiration. She rose from nothing to become one of the world's most prosperous and accomplished artists despite coming from a low-income household with 12 siblings. But besides a remarkable career, Dolly has had difficulties and speculations, especially concerning cosmetic surgery to preserve her beauty. Dolly, who is 78 years old, nevertheless dazzles with her youthful, bright appearance, which she maintains via careful self-care and cosmetic procedures. She firmly embraces her signature style, even though her look has altered. Dolly's musical prowess, sense of humor, kindness, and community service, primarily via her charitable endeavors, including her remote education program, have earned her admiration and respect from her fans. "I don't fear criticism," Dolly once stated. "I always shine in my manner because I know who I am." She continues to be active in business and music even in her 70s, retaining her adored reputation among followers all over the globe. Lori Loughlin. Lori Loughlin, one of the most well-known celebrities of the 80s and 90s, is mainly remembered for her portrayal as Aunt Becky, Rebecca Donaldson, on the popular comedy Full House from 1988. With her charming personality, long hair, and beaming smile, Lori won viewers' hearts in 1995 and established herself as a representation of elegance and grace on TV. But when she and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Annulli, were embroiled in substantial college admissions bribery scandal in 2019, her life turned for the worst. Following the scandal, Lori was given a brief jail sentence, and the case stunned the public. Lori's appearance somewhat altered. She still had a young appearance but seemed more reserved and removed from the spotlight. The public's response was not entirely uniform. While some still admired her for her cherished role as Aunt Becky, others chastised her for her conduct in the scandal, severely damaging Lori's career. She was taken off television and movie projects such as When Calls the Heart, but she just returned with a part in When Hope Calls. Loughlin has said she wants to rebuild her life and image after the scandal, putting her family and personal development first. Gina Davis. On January 21, 1956, Gina Davis was born in Wham, Massachusetts. Gina swiftly became well-known in the 1980s because of her parts in The Fly and Beetlejuice. Her towering stature, she's 6 feet tall, and her sharp features and brilliant smile symbolized beauty in her own right. Gina's gone through 4 tumultuous marriages, among other ups and downs. Gina's been a vocal supporter of women's rights in Hollywood, but like many prominent personalities, she's been under fire for her evolving look over time. Even though she's in her 60s and may not seem as young as she did before, she nevertheless exudes grace and elegance despite the signs of aging. Davis once said, "I'm content with accepting all my changes." Audiences now have positive memories of Gina Davis. She's switched to producing and is still an activist for women's rights, even if her acting career has slowed down. Supporters have reacted well to her present persona, praising her fortitude and resolve in the struggle for gender equality in the movies. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon